What's up, everybody? You're tuned in to the Cris Style
Ammo.
Podcast, episode 192, Takeover Wednesdays. Hope everybody's having a good night. Whatever you're doing, you're at home, you're at work. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us tonight. If you're listening on the playback, we appreciate you too. Hit the like button. We got a few things to talk about. NFL news. College football starts this week. We also got some other stuff we got on Mall's random news, of course, and some other things that we're gonna speak on. But until then, Maul, how you feeling, man?
Feeling all right, man. Apologies for being late, man. Dog getting sick over here, trying to take care of her and clean up all this puke and all this other type of stuff, man. So you already know how that goes. But overall, man, I'm all right, man. How you feeling?
I'm all right myself, man. Can't complain. I'm straight. Ready to get into these topics, man.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it.
All right, man. So the 53-man roster cuts were made yesterday, and today was the practice squad signings. All the people that cleared the waiver wires. There was also some trades and stuff that went down. Of course, the main thing is Rasheed Rice, um, wide receiver. Now it was first reported that he was going to be able to play the first 4 weeks, and then on September 30th he was supposed to meet with the third party arbitrator to try to figure out the suspension thing. But it looks like, especially when I saw the roster and saw 8 receivers on the roster, it was like, okay, something must be coming down the pipe. Some people were speculating it was Rasheed Rice and some other things, but it ended up being right. Rasheed Rice, his being suspended for the first 6 games. So he will be automatically, on that suspension list. And the Chiefs will be without him for the first 6 games. So, as a Chiefs fan, I'm glad it's getting out the way. I'd rather have him at the back end of the schedule than the beginning. So,
Yeah. Um, I'm not surprised. I knew for a fact he was going to get suspended. Obviously, it was just a matter of how many games and obviously when the suspension would happen. Obviously, we heard the reports of maybe they were going to have a meeting September 30th to kind of discuss. Hearing rumblings about they were trying to negotiate some games, but nothing really was panning through. But it seemed like maybe somebody talked to Rasheed Rice and told him maybe it's just best to just get this out the way, take your 6 games, take it on the chin, and let's get ready for the second half of the season. Which, when I think in the long run is probably the smartest play, because you don't want to start jeopardizing more important games. Like obviously all these games are very, very important, but once we start getting into the crux of getting close to playoff positioning, end of the season, then obviously that would be way more important. And then you don't want to kind of like start the season, then get suspended, and then try to find your rhythm back. That's just a spell for disaster. Let's get these 6 games out the way, and then when you get back, we'll be primed and ready. We still have about 14 games. Let's say it would be like 7. Yeah, so it'll be about 10 games left in the season, and let's try to position ourselves where we can get a positive spot, what I mean, as far as seeding in the playoffs. So, me and you kind of talked about it a little bit. It's going to be kind of interesting with the schedule. Obviously, you got the Chargers next Thursday or next Friday, and then the Eagles. Then you're at the Giants for Sunday night. Then obviously the Baltimore Ravens afternoon showdown, and then at the Jaguars, and then the Lions. So we'll see how it goes. What I mean, as far as like how many games you guys can withstand. Obviously, Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy are going to be 2 key guys. Obviously, you got your boy Royals. We'll see how much he gets involved with the offense, and see how far along he come. Coming in as being his rookie year. So, we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping it crashes and burns as a Raider fan, but we'll see what happens, man. We'll see.
yeah, for sure. Also, Kyle Hamilton. This kind of got swept under the rug to me. Kyle Hamilton signs a record $100 million extension, to 4 years, 100.4 million extension, making him the highest paid safety in NFL history. The deal includes 82 million guaranteed. It is also a record, features the largest signing bonus ever for a safety. I think it's well deserved. You can argue he's the best safety in the game right now.
Mhm.
Now, the only issue with him is his health. Sometimes he can get a little nicked up. But outside of that, when he's playing, he's one of the better safeties in this league. So well deserved, and shout out to Kyle Hamilton.
Now, shout out to him. Cowboys, they should look at what the Baltimore Ravens did. Just sign him, get out the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, and it's kind of even, especially with all the injury history that Kyle Hamilton has, they could have easily been like, "Yo, let's be a little bit more cautious and giving him that bread." But we all know what kind of special talent Kyle Hamilton is, as long as he stays healthy. Michael Parsons doesn't have those kind of injury questions. Like, yeah, he has been nicked up, but not to the point of Kyle Hamilton. But yeah, the Ravens were still able to lock him down and not create no noise, just get the deal done because we know what kind of talent he is and sweeping on the rug. Jerry Jones should look at what they're doing over there in Baltimore, and I know he's not, but it's just one of the more examples of why the Cowboys are in the position that they're in now.
Yeah, for sure. Um, the Vikings traded for Adam Thielen. There was already rumblings of this. He was reunited with the team that picked him up. They the Minnesota Vikings, they sent a 2026 fifth round pick and a 2027 fourth round pick to Carolina, receiving Thielen plus a conditional seventh and a fifth round pick in 2027. So um, I know JJ McCarthy, this is his first year, and Thielen's probably going to be a good safety blanket for him because
Mm-hmm.
he's real reliable. You saw how he was with Bryce Young in his development, so maybe the Vikings are thinking the same thing. Maybe him and Thielen can have a good rapport with each other. Of course, you got Justin Jefferson, and whenever Addison gets back, that'll be a nice little trio right there. But how you feeling?
I was a little surprised that the Panthers were willing to give up Adam Thielen, especially the kind of year, the 2 seasons that he did have, especially towards the end of last year. I mean, just a kind of rapport he had with Bryce Young. They must have a lot of faith with Xavier Legette, Ted McMillan, and then obviously Jimmy Horn, which I'm a big fan of Jimmy Horn. I think he can be a surprising receiver this year, especially in fantasy purposes. So they must have high hopes. I mean, they must see something in camp that they were willing to give up Adam Thielen. As far as like with the Minnesota Vikings, I like it with Adam Thielen going there and pairing up with Justin Jefferson and obviously Addison when he comes back. But it all comes down to JJ McCarthy and if you trust JJ McCarthy to get them the ball. So if he's able to do that, this offense should be very, very explosive. And obviously with the likes of the Bears, the Lions, and the Packers, they could be right up there offensively and go toe to toe with anybody.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And another big news: Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift have announced their engagement on the day of roster cuts. Um, the Swifties are happy right now. I know you are not happy.
I don't care, honestly. Like, congratulations to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, this is Travis Kelsey's swan song. You know what I mean? I think this even solidifies this is gonna be his last year, me
I,
personally.
I agree.
So hey, Kelsey gonna go out with a bang, and then he gonna marry into $1 billion and continue to do his podcast, which has been very, very successful. Even obviously him having one of their biggest episodes with his wifey, future wifey, being on the show and announcing her new album. So I heard that got millions and millions of views. So I'm sure they're killing it over there. So congratulations to them. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, I know he's a Chiefs Hall of Famer. He's gonna be a future Hall of Famer in the NFL. But man, hey, he found love, man. Congratulations to them, man. Hopefully everything goes well with them in the future, man. And call it a day. As far as like people passing out and crying tears that they found Taylor Swift finally getting married, I think it's kind of crazy to me. But I guess it comes with the Swifties. I don't want no problem with the Swifties. So congrats to her and congrats to Kelsey, man. Hopefully they make some beautiful babies.
In other news, Travis Hunter and his wifey just announced they had a baby boy.
Nice.
So shout out to them. They hit that pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to you. But
Yeah.
shout out to them, man. They're welcoming their first child into this world, and
Hmm.
hopefully, they take care of their young man and grow to be a good man. Maybe he follows in his father's footsteps.
Yeah, man. No, congratulations to the Hunter family. You know what I mean? Especially, with all the noise that was going on with them as far as like, his wifey's passed and all that, hopefully, they move forward, have a baby. And again, same with them, man. Congratulations to them, man. Hopefully the baby is healthy and hopefully, they prosper going forward and, good fortunes. You know what I mean? That's all I can really say about that.
And of course, the 53-man rosters was, you know, cut yesterday, guys. Some guys were cut, some surprises, some were
Mhm.
not. The Chiefs took all damn day to release their damn roster. But that's neither here nor there.
Mhm.
But how you feeling about your Raiders? Do you like what you see? Do you like the people that they kept? Some of the people they let go? What's up?
Nah, man. Overall, like I'm pleased with it. At the end of the day, we have a lot of young, young guys on the team, and it's all going to come down to play. Like obviously, I think the big conversation with the Raiders is a lot of people are still upset that we traded Bennett away to the Eagles, and we see how he has performed. We know he's a good talent. I think that's probably our biggest concern right now is just the cornerback play. But I know we have a lot of young guys. Dorian Porter, um, and some other guys. So we'll see, man. It's all going to take time, but I'm excited just to get the season started, man. Hopefully, we can come out with a win in New England.
Yeah, I feel the same. The only one I told you earlier is the offensive lineman Esau Poley. I was a little, like damn. I thought we was gonna get him back, but the Jets put
Yeah.
the claim in. They put the
Mm-hmm.
claim in on time. They just didn't tell the player. They
Yeah.
waited to tell the player, and then he was like, "Oh damn." So, but
Right.
outside of that, I like the. I was surprised about the 8 receivers at first. I was like, "God damn, 8 receivers!" But because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think Jason Brownlee was gonna make the squad, but he ended up making the squad. We got to see Royals. He's dealing with knee tendonitis right now, so he hasn't been practicing right now. So maybe that's
Mm-hmm.
another reason why they put the 8 receivers just in case he doesn't, because it's been conflicting. Some reporters are saying that he'd be ready for week 1. Some are saying he might not even be ready for week 1. So,
Yeah.
and he might even have to hit short term IR. But we'll see. But outside of that, I like what the team is. All the people. I wasn't surprised. You know what I'm saying? All the people that kept. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Elijah Mitchell. I was a little surprised that they kept him. I thought they was gonna cut him. Maybe bring in another running back, but
Mm-hmm.
they chose Elijah Mitchell over Carson Steele. So, and they brought Carson Steele back on the practice squad. That they supposed to be signing Clyde Edwards-Helaire on the practice squad tomorrow. So they're gonna bring him back on the practice squad, which is fine. He's gonna be on the practice squad, whatever. But
Yeah.
outside of that, I like I'm cool with what we kept.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, the biggest news that we had over the week was probably the Kenny Pickett trade. You know what I mean? And I think that just spells doom for Aiden O'Connell. I don't expect him to be on this roster past this year. I would assume that Kenny Pickett will probably be our backup quarterback for at least the foreseeable early future. So, we'll see, man. At this point, man, everything's been said and done in the preseason. We've seen our rookies. We saw all the cuts and who's made the team. Let's just kick this season off, man, and let's just see how the chips lay.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, that's enough with the NFL news. We're gonna do a quick commercial break and come back with college football.
Introduce yourself to Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. It's power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris Mal to get $5 off your purchase. So don't wait. Again, that promo code is Cris Mal to get $5 off your purchase. Get Magnet, push your limits, fuel your passion.
Shout out to Maddening Sports Drink. All right, man. It's week 1 of college football, man. We got some big games this week. Starting with tomorrow, we got Boise State versus South Florida. And then Friday, we got Western Illinois. Illinois versus Western Illinois. I think you said Colorado plays on Friday too, right?
Colorado plays Friday, yeah.
They play Georgia Tech, right?
No, they play Colorado. Yeah, Georgia Tech. You're right. You're correct.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Colorado. So this will be the new era of the Deion Sanders without Shador, without Travis Hunter, without Jimmy Horn, without Weister, all the people that we've come to know on this Colorado team. It'll be a new era. I think it was named Kadar. I forgot to do his last name. But he's going to be the starting quarterback. I know they say they're trying to try to get Julian Lewis, the freshman, try to get him some run too. But it's going to be a new era in Colorado football. We're going to see how this team looks without Shador. So, of course, the big matchup on Saturday is Texas. Number 1, Texas at number 3, Ohio State. Ohio State is the favorite in this game. This is the first era of the Arch Manning era in Texas, and we're going to see if the hype is real. They're out the gates with a big matchup, and if Arch Manning looks like a Heisman Trophy winner against Ohio State, then sky's the limit with Texas. And it doesn't mean that Ohio State is done. It's just, this is the beginning of a new era in Texas football. Then you got Penn State at Nevada. Drew Allard and those boys is back. We'll see if James Franklin can finally get over the hump with this team and might maybe make a national championship, because that's the thing about Penn State and James Franklin. They just cannot win the big game. And this is the year to do it. They got the dogs. They just got to do it. So
yeah.
Then you got another big matchup. You got Clemson versus number 4 Clemson versus number 9 LSU. Kay Kublik and Gus Nussmeier, who are guys who are potential first-round picks next year, out the gate with it in a big matchup. That Clemson's defensive line, there's something to look at. And then, of course, LSU, they always got talent on their side of the football. Brian Kelly versus Dabo Swinney should be a good matchup, and I'm interested to see who comes out on top on this one. And then Georgia goes against Marshall. You got Oregon against Montana State. You got Alabama at Florida State. Florida State's coming in with a new quarterback, Thomas Castillos. Let's see if he can put Florida State back on the map, because that's what they've been missing, a quarterback. It's not the talent around it. It's just they don't have nobody who can throw the football. Let's see if Florida State can get back to what they were as a couple years ago, when they probably should have went undefeated and went to the playoffs had their quarterback not get hurt. So Arizona State's another team that's possible national championship worthy. What's his name? Sam. What's the quarterback's name? Sam Levitt.
Yeah.
Sam Levitt, he's coming back. You got the wide receiver that got hurt last year. He's coming back. They will be without Cam Scatterboo, but the backup running back that they have is really, really good too. So we'll see how Arizona State looks, coming out this year, and we'll see if they can make a run. Of course, Michigan, they're making their new run with their new freshman quarterback. His name Blair. What's his name?
I forgot his name. Blair. I forgot his name.
Well, the new Michigan freshman quarterback, they're going against New Mexico, so we'll see. Then you got your Florida Gators, they're going against Long Island. DJ Legway, he's going to be starting full season this year. We'll see if he can emerge and make a name for himself in that Heisman race. I expect him to be right there with Arch Manning and a few other guys. So
Bryce Underwood. Bryce Underwood is the
Underwood.
quarterback.
Yeah. We'll see if K State can bounce back after their loss to who they played last week.
Yeah, who did they play last week?
The Illinois.
Iowa State.
But yeah, so we'll see if K State can bounce back. You got Oklahoma. They got that quarterback from Washington State coming over. We'll see if he had a little controversy.
Yeah.
Now season, but hopefully he can get that behind him and go out there and just play some football.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana, we'll see if they can come back and be like they were kind of that surprise dark horse team last year. Let's see if they can take it to the next level this year. You got Ole Miss, they got a new quarterback. Texas Tech is another team people are looking at. Tennessee without Nico, we'll see how they look. And then of course Notre Dame on Sunday they play Miami. Carson Beck, he's going to be the new quarterback in Miami. Notre Dame, they have a new quarterback, CJ Carr, who was Greg Lloyd, the old head coach for Michigan back in the day, is his grandson. And then you got South Carolina versus Virginia Tech. So Lenore Sellers, he's another person that people are looking at as possibly first round pick and Heisman Trophy candidate. So, and then of course Bill Belichick, he plays on Monday. North Carolina plays on Monday. It'll be the first time of his era playing football or coaching college football. So, what's your overall thoughts of everything, man?
Man, just excited. Kickoff is here, man. I'm excited to see Nebraska. Obviously, with everything that got going on, see if they can bounce back, especially off that hype they had last year with Raiola. See how he's progressed as a quarterback. You know what I mean? He's tried to live up the comparison of him and Patrick Mahomes. So let's see if he can, be that guy to take Nebraska over the top. Obviously, I'm always going to be excited to see the what Colorado and what Dion do, especially being out of Shador and Travis Hunter. What can you do without those guys? I'm curious to see. Obviously the crew of talent that they do have around him. So it's going to be a tough test. Against Georgia Tech. I've kind of even said that Georgia Tech could be a sleeper within that ACC division. Or conference, I should say. So I think that would be a really great test for Colorado if they could come out on top. I think their season could be highly promising, and maybe they might be able to compete in the Big 12. I'm definitely curious to see UNLV bounce back after that subpar performance. You know what I mean? So they got a big game coming up with UCLA. So we need to see some progression. Obviously, we need to see them dominate. They should dominate the Sam Houston team. So I'm going to be very curious about that. We all know about Texas and Ohio State. I'm just excited to see Manning going up against him actually having the capabilities of running this team. It's his team. It's no one else's team. Quinn Ewers isn't coming in. It's him. He's running it. A lot has been put on him, especially just because of the last name. I think he's ultra talented, but we'll see. Going on the road in a hostile environment like Ohio State, it's gonna be tough, man. So we're gonna see what he's really made of. Obviously, I'm gonna be curious to see what Tennessee look like without Nico. You know what I mean? After that whole debacle of him wanting more money and then him ended up transferring with to UCLA. Obviously, I think if Nico was still the quarterback of Tennessee, I think they'll be ranked a little bit higher, honestly, maybe even the top 10. So I'm be curious to see how they bounce back, especially with the replacement at quarterback. Alabama, Florida State, Florida State, what I mean? Are they going to bounce back? They were rated pretty high last year. They're unranked this year. So I'm very curious to see how they respond coming back. Who else am I excited for to see? I think that Notre Dame Miami game could be really good. I think that could be a really good game right there. Couple sleeper games, UCLA and Utah. I like that game. I think that could be a really competitive game. Michigan, I agree with you. I'm curious to see what Bryce Underwood looks like. You know what I mean? If you can actually give this Michigan team an actual legit quarterback that could throw the football down the field consistently, I'm going to be curious because we all know Michigan's defense is usually up there as far as the best. And obviously with the suspension of their head coach, I think he's missing 2 games, I think. The first like 2 games, he's missing something like that. So we'll see how they bounce back. But hey, man, overall, man, I'm excited to see all these games. You know, I know bettors and degenerates are excited to see all these games. We're pretty much just in the swing of football. So, hey, man, let's enjoy it because we all know within 2 blinks we're about to be in November, and you know what I mean, bowl season will be here. So I'm just truly excited to see all these games, man, and how they pan out, man, and just watch it all fold.
Also, my Missouri Tigers, they're playing Central Arkansas. I'm excited to see what they look like. They got the transfer quarterback from Penn State, Pabula, I think that's his name, and Sam Horn are going to be battling it out. So they're going to be both playing both quarterbacks to see who's going to be the perennial starter. My guess is it's going to be Bia because I've seen Sam Horn, and I'm not a fan.
And then I know Florida doesn't play anybody, but I am excited to see how healthy DJ Lagway is, especially with all those, him sitting out the beginning of camp with the calf injury and stuff like that. So I'm going to be curious to see how healthy he is with this game. So how much they got him moving and all that. But yeah, man, let's kick this thing off. I'm excited for it tomorrow.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, y'all, it's time for Mal's Random News.
Let's do it.
It is now time for Mal's Random News.
Yeah, man. And then I see you. Yo, bro, if you want to play Madden, I'm all for the smoke, man. Just let me know. Put your gamer tag in the chat, man. I'll add you, bro. We can play anytime. Are you ready, sir? Got a couple today.
Okay.
All right, man. First up, seems like French Montana done hit the lotto. Seems like he reportedly is engaged to the Princess of Dubai, Sheikha Mada. I apologize if I butchered that name. Who is worth over $18 billion. What are your thoughts with French Montana? And do you think he ever puts out an album again?
No. And shout out to him.
Yeah.
I hope that he lives happily ever after.
Nah, yeah. Shout out to French, man. He now he's really about to be the richest hip hop artist of all time. You know what I mean? He's really about to turn into that, man. So and she ain't bad looking either. Shout out to them. Next up, seems like we got a new show. Skip Bayless and Gilbert Arenas are teaming up for a new football show this season. It's called the Arena Gridiron. It will feature Skip Bayless, cornerback Keep Talib, and former NFL coach Jay Gruden. What are your thoughts of this pairing, and do you see this succeeding?
Seems like another cancellation to me.
Yeah. So you got no faith in it, huh?
I'm sorry.
Are you going to check it out?
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
I'm not interested to hear Gabriel Arenas' NFL takes.
Yeah, we'll see. We all know Skip Bayless is going to make some wild takes, so we'll see how that goes. Next up, man, billionaire Warren Buffett said that college degree does not matter. He says, quote, raw business talent and character outweigh academic pedigree. What are your thoughts with this? Do you agree, disagree with Warren Buffett's sentiments?
I think if school is your route, school is your route. But if it ain't, that doesn't mean that, you're not smart. You just have to go the different path. Now, school's not for everybody, man. I wasn't a college type guy. I didn't want to go to school. I was tired of school. So I went to the workforce and I'm still here, baby. I'm saying I'm alive. I'm around. But some people, they went to college. I know a lot of people went to college and they're thriving too. So I just think you walk your path that you need to walk, man.
I agree with your sentiments. School ain't for everybody. And some people can't hustle without the diploma. So let's see what's up. Next up, man. Asia Wilson was named Western Conference Player of the Week for the third time in a row, averaging 29 points per game, 12.7 rebounds per game, 1.3 steals per game, 2.7 blocks on 53% field goal shooting, and 43% three-point shooting. The Aces also won their 12th game in a row against the Dream. I think that now solidifies them at the current number 2 spot. I think they came all the way from the A spot, if I'm not mistaken, before this run came on. What are your thoughts with the Aces and a 12-game win streak, and how much stock do you have that Asia Wilson can win the MVP this year?
I'm buying Asia Wilson stock high. She balling. What about her? 6, 7, 30 point over 30 points?
Yeah.
And this is another, big win over Atlanta. Now, Ryan Howard, I saw your little post conference. Can't be blaming the fans why y'all lost, man. Can't be doing.
What was the comments? I didn't hear it.
Well, she was mad because there was a lot of Asia Winslow fans in the crowd, and so it sounded like they was cheering for the Aces. They didn't really have the home crowd, and I get it. You want your home crowd to cheer for you, but it is what it is, man. Asia Wilson is a superstar. It is what it is.
That's what happens when the GOAT comes into your house. Yeah, it is what it is. But hey, man. Shout out to the Aces, man. I'm excited to see what they do in the playoffs. They did clinch as well. Another new Southwest Airlines has made a new law that it will require plus size passengers to purchase 2 seats starting in 2026. What are your thoughts with this? Do you think it's fair, foul, or do you think
why are we purchasing 2 seats?
Because they're too big to fit in one. So
you saying big people have to?
Yeah. Plus size people have to now purchase 2 seats.
That's so embarrassing, though. That ain't right. I don't think that's right.
You don't like that?
I don't like that.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to just make the seats bigger.
That's not happening. That's not happening. We know that's not happening. Next up, man, the SEC has decided they're going to implement a 9th game to the conference football schedule beginning in 2026. What are your thoughts with this, man? Do you think this is the correct move? Do you think we'll get some more exciting games? What's your thoughts?
I guess more football, I guess. Is it going to have some significance or something?
I don't know. I guess it kind of eliminates the small schools, them scheduling smaller schools and stuff like that. Which some people have made conversations that it benefits these smaller schools to have the opportunity to play like at Alabama and Georgia because most of the time Alabama and Georgia would pay those schools to come get their butts whooped. They'll give them like $1 million or $2 million, whatever the case may be. But I don't know. We'll see. Next up, CBS Sports NBA CBS Sports announced their NBA All Quarter Century first, second, and third teams. Let me get your thoughts for the first team, All Quarter Century team. They have Nikola Jokic, Kobe Bryant, Stephen Curry, LeBron James, Tim Duncan. For the second team, they have Kevin Durant, Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Shaquille O'Neal. And for the third team, they have Dirk Nowitzki, James Harden, Steve Nash, Kawhi Leonard, and Dwight Howard. What are your thoughts with that? Do you agree or disagree with these first, second, and third teams?
And this is an all-century team?
Quarter century, so from 2000 to 2025.
No, I don't agree with this.
What don't you agree with? The first team?
No.
The Nikola Jokic, Kobe, Steph, LeBron, and Tim?
Yeah, because I got Shaq over Nikola Jokic.
You got Shaq over Nikola Jokic? So you would pretty much flip Shaq with Nikola? And Nikola be second team?
No. I guess, yeah. I think so, yeah.
Which would you rather have, Dwight Howard or Anthony Davis? I think you got to put AD over.
Yeah, he's a better all-around player than Dwight, but Dwight was more durable.
Yeah.
So the best ability is availability.
Well, to a degree, like Dwight Howard started having like back problems or something.
Yeah, later in his career, like AD been broken in half since he got in the league.
Yeah. All right, man. Next up, on the Joe Budden podcast, Joe Budden and some of his other colleagues got into a heated debate over the Star Wars franchise. He stated that George Lucas needs to sit down when Christopher Nolan's name comes up and when it comes to the movie's discography, saying that Christopher Nolan sleeps anything that George Lucas does. He does not care how much Star Wars has made. He thinks that Christopher Nolan makes better movies. What is your thoughts with that? Do you agree with Joe? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts on that whole debate?
I watched that clip and listened to it, and I get what Joe is coming from. Like, George Lucas made his money off of one franchise. Like, let's just call it a spade a spade.
Mm-hmm.
He I ain't gonna say he lucked up, but he just found a franchise that's just everlasting, and they've been making movies and shows and stuff like that off of it till now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's never gonna stop. He pretty much made McDonald's. That's what he did. He made a McDonald's. I mean, that's what Star Wars is. It's McDonald's. That's what it is. Christopher Nolan is. First of all, they're two type of different directors. Like, George Lucas not even like a director anymore. Like, he's just an executive. Us other people who direct those Star Wars shows and movies and stuff like that. Right now, Christopher Nolan, he's probably one of the top, if not the top director right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't make bad movies whatsoever. So I got to give Christopher Nolan his props. But am I going to tell George Lucas to sit down? No. I'm not gonna tell him to sit down. Like, he's one of the pioneers. We're not gonna do that to George Lucas. He's a pioneer as a director. I'm sure he's made some other movies that we just aren't thinking of right now, but George Lucas is a pioneer. I'm not gonna do that to George Lucas. Like I said, he made a franchise that is still going to this day. That's hard to do it in itself too. So there's not a lot of directors and executives got that under their belt. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, him and Steven Spielberg made a bet off of Star Wars, saying that Star Wars and third war, the Close Encounters or whatever, saying who was going to have the better movie and be a franchise, and George Lucas won. So
off of that, I got two questions for you. First question is, who is your favorite film director of all time? And second, who is the worst film director of all time to you?
Worst is Michael Bay.
Is there a reason why?
Because all he does is just put explosions and everything. It don't even need to be explosions right here. Michael Bay, what are we doing?
I would say M. Night Shyamalan. That's me. But
M. Night is hit or miss. He's hit or miss. He's got some bangers, but he got some duds.
He got big duds.
He's got some bangers, but he got some duds. Yes. You know, 6 Cents. You know,
6 Cents, Signs,
bangers.
The other 10,
The Village, trash.
Yeah, man.
But he's the first one to do like the swerve, like, oh, the ending. Oh,
yeah. No.
Who is my favorite director? I don't know. That's a difficult, because I like Zack Snyder. Christopher Nolan's up there. Ryan Coogler's up there. F. Gary Gray's up there. Spike Lee, you got to put Spike up there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino's up there. Definitely got to put Quentin up there. What's his name? Martin Scorsese. You got to put him up there. You have to.
What about your boy Jordan Peele?
He's kind of starting to become hit or miss with me too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he came out the gate strong, but then some of these other movies is like, and even this one that he's coming out with is like,
right.
Right. I don't know. I'll watch this.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
A little bit too much for me, but man, James Wan is another one. Man, it's hard. James Cameron. Ridley Scott. Like, it's so many of them, dog.
Yeah.
Of course, Steven Spielberg. Gotta say Steven.
Yeah. Nah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's almost like you got to put him in categories, like
Yeah.
because Martin Scorsese, of course, is going to be the greatest mob boss Italian movie type director, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or classical type movies. That's Martin Scorsese. That's his realm. Quentin Tarantino is like that. He's got so many like reaches from Kill Bill to you know Django to just so many movies. Hateful Eight,
What about Ridley Scott?
That's what I'm saying. Ridley Scott, Aliens,
Yeah.
The Thing. Like he's got, all these movies. James Cameron, Terminator.
Yeah, he even
Like,
did American Gangster too.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Gladiator, Thelma and Louise, Blade Runner.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, he up there too. He up there too.
Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing, and School Days, and Malcolm X. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just that's difficult. That's a
Nah,
difficult
yeah.
one.
Nah, I feel you. I thought it was an interesting conversation that they had.
Yeah,
Joe
yeah.
being funny. So,
Joe.
yeah, Joe being funny. But I understand. I understand the sentiment though. But yeah, man, that's it, man. It's kind of a quiet time around here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it, man.
For sure. All right, let's do our BetUS Surefire Picks, man.
Let's do it.
All right, man. What you got?
College football is back, so I had to do a little 3-pack of college football. So for tomorrow, I got South Florida plus 5.5 over Boise State. About to find out if Maddox is as legit as they say he is. Without Ashton Genty. So especially going on the road, I actually kind of like that. I like Cincinnati plus 6.5 with Nebraska. Obviously, they're playing at a neutral site in Arrowhead in Kansas City. I think Cincinnati could be a very explosive offense. I do think this could be a high-scoring game. But I think this could be close. I'm not saying Cincinnati's going to win the game, but I could see them keeping it below 6.5. And then I'm going to put my money on UNLV to bounce back. I'm going to take the minus 9.5 against Sam Houston State. I think they need an impressive win. I think they need to dominate, especially coming off that close win that they had with Idaho State. A lot of people weren't impressed with Dan Mullen's first game as a UNLV Rebel head coach. So I think they bounce back. I think they cover, and I think they cover easy.
For sure. Yeah, I'm with you with the 9.5 for UNLV over Sam Houston. I think they bounce back and they win big this week. I'm gonna take the plus 4.5 Colorado over Georgia Tech. I'm taking the plus 1.5 Texas over Ohio State. I think they have a point to prove. I'm taking Clemson minus 3 over LSU. I just think Clemson is going to be the better team. And then I got Notre Dame 2.5 over Miami. I think that defense is going to give Carson Beck problems.
Nah, yeah, I agree with that. I agree. I won't be surprised if that game isn't close.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
If you look at the screen, you'll see the QR code for the BetUS website. Go ahead and scan that. Put all your information in. First time users only. Put the promo code in. Join 125. You get 125% signing bonus plus 10% gamblers insurance because they got other things on the website. That is 3 risk-free bets on your first 3 deposits on $100 up to $5,000. So on your first 3 deposits, if you bet $100 and you lose, you keep your money. So you can keep your money on your first 3 deposits, or you can go over there and win some money. But make sure you sign up and tell them Cris Style Mal sent you. Mm-hmm. And that does it with our BetUS Surefire Picks. All right, last one, man. Let's talk about the AFC South.
Yeah.
We did the NFC South on Monday, so we're gonna cover that.
No, we actually did the AFC South on Monday.
I thought we did the NFC South.
Nah, we did the AFC.
Oh, I thought we did the NFC. You sure?
Yeah, I remember we talked about the Titans and because I low key thought we were gonna do the NFC South on. Oh, know what? You know what? You're right. I fucked up. We did NFC South. That's correct.
Because I thought we said Tampa Bay was the perennial
Yeah.
favorite.
I was wrong. That's my fault.
So, all right, I'll go first.
For sure.
You know, this division is kind of wonky. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. You know, all of them are kind of a mess. So let's see. Number 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go Houston because I trust the quarterback the most over there, and I trust the coach the most over there. And their defense is still going to be really good this year. You got those two bookend defensive end. The corner, Derek Stingley, is the best, one of the best in the league. And like I said, I think CJ bounces back. I think the offensive line is going to be better, just slightly better. They just need to be slightly better. Just give my man a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? And Nick Chubb's probably be starting the season off as RB1. We'll see what happens with Joe Mixon. But I think they bounce back this year, so I got them winning. But I do think Jacksonville bounces back too, because I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a solid season this year. I don't think he's going to be like a superstar, but I think he's going to be good. When he's healthy, they're actually a good team.
Yeah.
I remember the one season where before he got hurt, they were 8-3. And then he got hurt and it just went downhill. If he could stay healthy, they could be competing for this division with the Houston. They got the offensive weapons. Of course, you add Travis Hunter with Brian Thomas Jr., ETN, Tank Bigsby. Like that defense, they've added some pieces over there. I think that they'll be a formidable opponent if everybody can stay relatively healthy. Number 3, I'm going Titans. Because I think Cam Ward is going to be Rookie of the Year. So I'm not saying they're making the playoffs, but I just think that it's all about the quarterback play. And I trust Cam Ward. I know he's a rookie over what they got in Indianapolis. And this is why I got Indianapolis last, because I don't believe in Daniel Jones. Even though I do think that there could be something to say about him not having the New York pressure on him. You know, the Colts are a little bit more laid back over there, but there's still greatness that you got to live up to, because you had to live into the shadow of Andrew Luck and you got to live in the shadow of Peyton Manning. So I think their defense is going to be really good, and they do have offensive pieces around them. I'm not making it seem like the Colts are just a terrible team. They just need a quarterback. You know, you got the receivers. Jonathan Taylor is a really good running back. Even if he's not what he used to be, he's still a top 15 running back. So if he can give you anything resemblance of what he used to be, then hell, you'll take it. Their defense is improving. They added a lot of pieces on their defensive side, especially in the cornerback room. So yeah, but I still got them last because I don't trust their quarterback. So I'm gonna go Texans, Jags, Titans, Colts.
Yeah, man. My number 1 team is gonna be the Texans. I just think they're the more talented team. I think they got the more trustworthy quarterback. I think CJ Stroud is gonna have a bounce back year. I think a lot of his issues came from injuries to his wide receivers and that offensive line. Obviously, they still got to deal with the injury with Joe Mixon. I think he's going to be out the first 4 games, maybe a little bit longer. But I think Nick Chubb could have a little bit of bounce back year. He's coming off an extra year off that brutal knee injury. So let's see how much left he got in the tank. But I think he can at least withhold the fort until Joe Mixon comes back. Number 2, I personally have the Indianapolis Colts. I understand the quarterback situation, but that team is ultra talented. That defense is nasty. They added Charvarius Ward. You got Cam Bynum, Xavier Howard. I think Adonai Mitchell could have a really breakout type of year. I know he didn't really perform last year, like a lot of people kind of hoped for him, but I think he could have a bounce back year, especially with Michael Pittman. You still got Jonathan Taylor. I just like that team.
Stan, he would be defensive rookie of the year. Offensive rookie is separate.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, brother. I get it. You're hyped about your team. We understand. Number 3, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars. This team could leapfrog the Colts. I just got to see the consistency with Trevor Lawrence. I think they could be ultra talented. With Brian Thomas, he's definitely one of the best young receivers in the game. I'm very curious to see how this defense kind of responds after some of the problems that they had last year. Obviously, the key is Travis Hunter. How is he going to kind of perform trying to play dual positions, whether it's receiver, DB? I'm kind of curious to see how how often they use him on both sides of the ball. He already got nicked up in the preseason, so let's see how often that happens. And then number 4, I got the Tennessee Titans. This is nothing against Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward will be a legit quarterback. It's just from what I've seen in the preseason. I get it's preseason. A lot of it didn't really look really good to me. I think their running game is still kind of suspect. Are you really going to really depend on Tajay Spears and Tony Pollard to be the running game that can be consistent for them? But I think this offense could be explosive. This defense could be semi-good. But I just think they're going to have too many inconsistencies with the offense. And, I think Cam Ward is going to have some rookie mistakes, and I think he'll be fine in the long run. But I just think that the Titans are going to be the 4th best team in this division.
Not mad at it at all. For sure. I guess next week we'll do all of our division predictions and all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll do all that. Yeah. No, there was not a lot of meat on this episode today, but hey.
It's all good.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
You got anything else?
I do want to send prayers and condolences to those little kids that had to deal with the tragic shooting out there at the Catholic school. Another senseless crime. So I do want to send my condolences and my prayers to, anybody that was affected, families that lost any kids or any loved ones in that tragedy. And hopefully they find some solace and some peace through all of that. I still think Tank is an idiot for accepting this Jake Paul fight. What else? Oh, I'm ready for our fantasy. I'm excited for our fantasy drafts. All my fantasy drafts are happening this weekend. Obviously, we got ours on Sunday night. I got my big money one on Monday, and then I got the homies family one next Wednesday. So I'm excited, man. Excited to take all the homies' monies, man. You know what I mean? Fatten up my pockets a little bit more. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. Yeah, man. What about you, man? You got anything to add?
No, I ain't got nothing else to add, man. I'm just ready for football, ready for the fight in 2 weeks. They just announced that it's at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So
That's what's up.
Get off just in time for the fights.
Yeah.
I was wondering when they was going to announce the time because they hadn't been announcing it. So they announced it today. So that's all good.
I'm with it.
All right, good people. If you look at the screen, you'll see the QR code for the WWE shop. Go ahead and scan that. You can get all your latest and greatest WWE superstar merch from Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Io Sky, to Roman Reigns and Seth freaking Rollins, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, main event Jey Uso, LA Knight. Whatever your cup of tea is, scan that QR code and get your WWE merch now. If you want to donate to the Cris Style Mal podcast, you can donate to our Cash App, $ Cris Mal podcast. We will appreciate whatever you want to donate to us. And whatever streaming platform you use to listen to your podcast, whether it be X or Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you do to listen to your podcast, we are available. First time watchers on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification button. So we go live on Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays 9-ish p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can jump in the lives. You can talk about these topics. We want to hear from you. We want to get your opinions. Leave it in the comments section or in the chat. We want to hear from you. If you agree with us, disagree with us, we want to hear from you. All right. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, any of the social media platforms, you can follow us at Cris Style Mal. We'll follow you back. We just some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, movies, and all kinds of various other things. Also, if you have a feedback or critique, or if you have a question or topic that you want us to bring up on the show, and we like said topic, we will bring it up. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, email, or mentions. All right, good people. Hope you have a good rest of your week. Be safe out there on Labor Day weekend. Don't do nothing we wouldn't do. Have fun. And we will be back. Are we doing the show on Monday? Labor Day?
Is Labor Day Monday?
Yeah.
I thought it was the following week.
Monday? The 1st?
Oh yeah, it is. It is. Are we doing a show on Monday? It's up to you, man. It's up to you. Are we
We'll
going to Wednesday?
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know. I would probably say, probably not. We could probably take it off and then gear up for Wednesday night. But we'll let y'all know if we change our mind. If something, I'll say this: if something crazy happens over the weekend or something like that, we'll do a show. If not, then we'll gear up for a big Wednesday one, gearing up for Thursday night football, NFL weekend, stuff like that. We'll do our thing. So we'll just say that. So be prepared for no show on Monday.
Yeah, for sure. All right, good people. Y'all be safe. And until possibly Wednesday or Monday, have a good Labor Day weekend. We out.
Stay safe.